Hello again, welcome to Already Late. A major news flashed across television channels as well as social media that People's Bank of China acquired 1.01% stake in HDFC Limited. This news is bound to raise emotions across the country. Firstly, because anything related to China is currently viewed with suspicion. And on the other side is HDFC, among the role model company for investor returns. And if these two collide, sparks are definitely bound to fly. Chinese companies have a strong hold in the product manufacturing space. Is this their first move to take over our services space? To clear this, let me explain what happened and what does it actually mean. The news headline says People's Bank of China acquires 1% stake in HDFC. The bank purchased 1,74,92,909 shares during the last 3 months, which is January, February and March 2020. This is the same period when HDFC share prices fell to a low of 767 rupees 70 paisa on 24th March. Now you can imagine, if you just join the dots, it seems evident that there is some link between the price fall and the purchase of shares by the Chinese bank. Well, it is not as it is made to look like. The Chinese bank has not made all these purchases in the last 3 months. Mr. K.K. Mistry, CEO of HDFC, today said that People's Bank of China had a stake of 0.8% as of 31st March 2019 also. This means roughly almost 1 crore 39 lakh shares of HDFC were owned by People's Bank of China at the end of last financial year. So now the question is, why was it not in the news last year? Well, as per SEBI disclosure norms, it is mandatory to disclose details of shareholders who have more than 1% stake in the company. So last year there was no such requirement, and this year, because the stake is just over 1%, it is disclosed in the annual filings. PBC, People's Bank of China, just like any other institutional investor, may have bought and sold some shares even during April 2019 to December 2019. We do not know. What we know is that there were purchases made between Jan 1st and March 31st. Well, common sense tells me that the share prices are low, we should invest more if we believe in the company's performance. And that is what People's Bank of China seems to have done, buy at low. Further, PBC is not the only foreign investor in HDFC. In fact, over 70% of shares of HDFC are held by FPI, which is Foreign Portfolio Investors. Also, Invesco Oppenheimer Developing Markets Fund, an emerging markets mutual fund based out of USA, has also increased its stake from 2.96% last financial year to 3.33% this March. Government of Singapore had a stake of 1.92% on 31st March and now has a stake of 3.23%. There are many such investors in HDFC. Now, who doesn't want to be in a good investment? Finally, if there was any kind of conspiracy aimed by the Chinese bank, the number of shares purchased would have been in a manner to keep their stake either below 1% so that they don't have to disclose it, or large enough to send a bigger and bolder message to whoever it wished to send that message. Is China purchasing stressed assets across the world? Undoubtedly, yes. Is China fighting to be an economic superpower? Again, the answer is yes. Is any of this new? Absolutely not. Is Indian economy under a threat by the Chinese attack? No. This is a typical news that would attract a lot of eyeballs considering the environment which we are in. A lot of clicks and a lot of views, and hence the frenzy around this news. So do not worry, nothing gets affected. Stay safe. Thank you.